Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, well, we're going to be taking another ride on the bike. Only this time, we got a brand new bike. Look at this. How awesome is that? So on today's video, we're actually going to be going to El Centro because we got to pick up a few things. We'll talk about that as we go along. But I want to show you guys the bike right off the bat because, well, this is it. This is the bike. Look at this. How awesome. Wow. So I got this bad boy for $500. Actual retail price is over $1,000. All right. As you guys can see there, that's where I got my setup. All right. A lot of you guys always ask me. So you see, I got my phone, and then this would be the speedometer thing, and then this is where I put the GoPro. Okay. And this is where the Jose goes. All right. That's where I put the Jose. But yeah, check it out. So yeah, I got this from a really good friend of mine that he bought this, brand new for like around $1,000, and he used it. It was amazing, and he sold it to me for $500. And so far so good. I've already taken a bunch of rides with Christian. Well, a bunch of test drives and all that stuff. And this thing feels more like a motorcycle. It's really awesome. So with that being said, let's just get on the bike and let's go run our errands. Today is Good Friday, and we're gonna go and get ourselves some coffee and some nice bread because we got the Easter weekend coming up, and we have a lot of fun activities to prepare for. So, well, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So without further ado, let's hop on the bike and let's do it. All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. So in today's video, we're gonna be going to get some coffee. Again, I know. Remember last bike ride that we took last week? And we went to Walmart to get coffee, and we couldn't really find any good options. Well, guess what? A lot of you guys in the comments were basically telling me, Jose, there's so many, good coffee places, around town and in El Centro and yada, yada, yada. Why don't you just go to those? And I was quickly reminded, that's right, Jose. Why don't you go to those? Bruh. So that's what we're doing today because we need more coffee. And I figured, why not? Let's do a little trip to El Centro on a quiet Friday because, again, it's Good Friday. And right now, most people out there are... I'm just making sure I go to the right direction here. But anyways, most people out there are on vacation mode right now. A lot of religious things going on, and it's just a different vibe out here than it would be in the USA. And so last night, actually, it was a not so good Thursday. So today's a Good Friday, and last night was a not so good Thursday. Not so good in the sense that Jose was not so good. Jose did not behave very well. We went out with some friends that were visiting. And before you know it, one drink turned into two, turned into three, turned into many. And, it is while in Rome, or while in Mexico, or while in Merida Yucatan, right? So, I had a lot of those. And then, well, it's Friday. It's still, even though it's a holiday for many people, it's not for me. You know me. I never turn it off, right? Always in the grind. So with that said, I personally... woke up early this morning and I, did my normal routine, which is I walk Gizmo. Sure, I woke up half an hour late since it's like a Sunday today, so no big deal. So I left the house like, I would say maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, actually, 8 o'clock today. And then, we did a little walk. We came back. After we came back, then we went on ahead. See, super, look, that place is Friday. That's a the place is always open. Everything's always open around here. So very, very, very quiet. So it's going to be interesting to see. For anyone out there in the audience, I know sometimes you guys ask me, how come there's nobody out? So it's 10:30 in the morning, okay? So 10:30 in the morning, should be a lot of people out today, but there isn't. But it is what it is. Anyway, so my regular routine today, which was, walk Gizmo, do my exercises, sweat out the alcohol, sweat out the good times. And then that's it, Just wash, rinse, repeat. And I'll rest tonight, this weekend. We're going to go out, again, it's Easter weekend and it's 420 weekend, and I celebrate both. I love me some Easter bunnies. I love me some Cadbury eggs, and I love me some. You already know what's up. So with that said, in fact, by this point, you probably already saw the special episode that I did on Sunday about the subject. And so, but yeah, right now you're watching this on Tuesday, most likely, which is already many days after the fact. Anywho's, back to what I was saying. Look at all the sleepy dogs. Oh man, yeah, super sleepy Sunday today. Very nice, very relaxed. No traffic. That's great. That's wonderful. So anyway, I'm gonna go and check out this coffee place. I forgot, Riqueza Coffee, I think it's called. I have it on my GPS, and we're heading over there. And obviously, when I saw the place, I realized, of course, I've never been here. Of course, I've never, tried the coffee here or anything like that, because it's only been open a few years, and it's been many years since I lived in that area. I used to live really close to where this coffee shop is. So if I would have lived there when it was open, I would definitely have, gone and paid a visit there. But anyways, all good. We perfect excuse to pay a visit now and check out what they have now and just get some coffee. And then we're gonna go visit this place that I love very much. Well, me and Christian love very much, and I think a lot of people love very much. By the way, both of these places are perfect examples of gentrification, all right? That even though a lot of people hate, it seems like no one hates these places because they're very popular with the locals and very popular with foreigners and everybody. And now hopefully very popular with you, because they're both great. Like I said, I haven't had the coffee yet, but I've heard wonderful things. But the bread place, where it's called Pan y Coffee or something. Yeah, not Pan y Coffee. Anyways, Pan y Café or Pan y Coffee, whatever. And you'll see when we get there. But it's great. It's so great. They make really good bread, and like out here, they got good bread, good pastries, good stuff. But the reality is that they don't have This place has like really good rye bread, really good pumpernickel, really good sourdough. Really good bread. Stuff that we take for granted back home. We take for granted where we're from, but out here, not so much. All right, so out here it's a prized commodity since we can't get it. So, and so anyways, but yeah, today I am. Hopefully, I'm making sense. We're having a nice bike ride here because I am, like I said, I'm still recovering from last night, and I gotta spend the rest of the day recovering. When I get home, I gotta recover, and from the exercise, and I gotta recover from from last night, and I gotta recover from many things, and I also gotta get ready for the weekend, because this weekend we're gonna go camping. That's right, we're gonna go camping with a bunch of friends, and we're gonna be out there getting drunk, celebrating Easter, and celebrating 420, and celebrating everything in between, and all that stuff. See, and all that stuff. So, and By the way, so a lot of people again always ask me as well. Hey, where are you? What streets are you on? So right now we're on Street 49. I purposely took this route, which I think I've taken sometimes before, but whatever. Now for purposes of education purposes, in the sense of like, we're taking Street 49, Calle 49, all the way through. So I basically took it, kind of like over there where it starts, and we're taking it all the way until we get to our, destination. Yeah, man, wow, look how dead it is. No traffic whatsoever, no traffic. Look at this, nice and quiet and peaceful for a Friday. This is a really good Friday, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we've been through here before with the other bike. Look at this, bam, bam. So, by the way, so let me talk about this bike for a second, some features the bike has. Yeah, so this bike is like a mountain bike. It is an amazing vehicle that is off-road. You saw the tires, you saw how big it is. So remember, I think we've been through this little portion here many times with the other bike. And look, you see there's a very big, steep drop off here. Now here with my bike, no problem. See, I can just go clunk and then clunk, and that's it. Look at that, we're good to go. Bam! See, so this is why I want something like this. Also, look, right now, I'm just pedaling. So look, I'm pedaling right now. So I can pedal And look at a nice little doggy there. But anyway, so I'm just pedaling. All right, you see, so I can get my exercise. And so yeah, this is exactly why I wanted this bike, you know, so that I can go more off-roading. You know, Christian's, you know, the purpose for her vehicle, for her bike, is more, you know, what a girl would need it for or use it for. All right, this street is always extremely busy. This street is always really, really busy. Here, let me let those guys, you know, see what they're doing there. Got some people behind me. An whole family there. But anyways, but yeah, this street is Calle 50, Calle 50, always very, very busy, even on a day like today. See, like, this put a speed bump all the way over there at the end where the bus is, you see, in order to allow for people to move. Because before they put that speed bump there, oh my gosh, it was so terrible, always crossing 50th. So they put speed bumps now, so it kind of slows them down to force, you know, to allow people to cross and stuff like that. But yeah, we've been through here before. Okay, but now we actually, we're going straight to a destination. So right now, again, we're going to the coffee place that was highly recommended, you know, by someone out there. My apologies, you know, to whoever recommended it down there in the comments to the last video that we did, and I forgot your name. I dropped the ball. I really hope you forgive me. You can find it in your heart and your soul to forgive me for being such a horrible, horrible YouTuber and not providing the proper shout outs. But anywho's, all right. So, is it gonna turn green? Green, there we go, bam. All right, let me see, let's put this into overdrive here. See if we can get ahead. So look how fast this thing goes. Look at this. All right, this is why you can't drive when you're inebriated. All right, nice, huh? Very nice. So you see, it goes really fast. It has the ability to do so anyway. All right, let's go. Since I got a bicycle. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think we're almost at the coffee shop. Seems like we are. So before we go to the coffee shop, here, let me show you this area real quick. This is El Remate de Montejo. All right, Remate de Montejo. So again, it's Good Friday. It's Friday, Saturday. So here is where Paseo Montejo starts. All right, and as you guys can see here, they're getting ready for tonight, for the weekend, where they have a bunch of vendors here. This area has been gentrified a bit and fixed up a bit, but it's always been this way. You know, this has been one of the nice key areas of Merida. This is like the principal street. This is Paseo Montejo. Many of you guys have seen this multiple times. I've been on this literally here a million times, all right? And again, look, no traffic, nothing out here. Beautiful day today. All right, so let's make our way to the coffee shop since we're like a block away. Just wanted to show you. But yeah, a lot of these places have been revitalized and fixed up and nice-ified. And again, I mean, I've filmed videos here right from the beginning. They used to have like events here. They still have events here. They have all kinds of things here. They close this whole area off during Christmas and have like a little mini, you know, Christmas thing, park, whatever. Anyways, all right. So, all right, let me check on the map where we're at. Okay, we're almost there. We'll wait for this car to pass. Always give, I like to always give, how do I say this? Like, let the cars do their thing, all right? You gotta do defensive driving, defensive biking, defensive anything, all right? Don't ever be aggressive. I'm always very aggressive. I'm very aggressive. You guys already know me. But when it comes to, you know, being out here on the streets, you know, it's not like that at all. So, you know, you gotta be more, how do I say this? Defensive all the time. All right, so. All right, so I think here it's right here at the corner, right? There it is, Køffeé, Riqueza, look at that, beautiful. All right, so we're here. Let's find the spot to park the bike. So, all right, hola. All right, so it's in there. All right, so I'm just gonna park it here real quick, all right? No big deal, since it's a bicycle. And then, hey, see, there's more people out here. See, it's a good thing. It's imagine all the people that would normally be out here. So, okay, all right, we're here. and see you in a second. Let me get off. Let me get this thing. Let me get situated. All right, so there it is. Let's make our way inside real quick and just see what they have, and then we get my coffee. Because I'm gonna need my coffee. Hola, buenos días. So here's the coffee, I guess, that they have. I know that they have like a menu somewhere. There it is. They got a menu there. So let me just get my coffee. All right, I know you guys just wanted to see at the very least the inside here. I don't want to make it too much more awkward than it already is, or it look horrible. So let me just get my coffee and be on my way. I got a lot of things to do today. Okay, so I went on ahead and I ordered half a kilo of the chapas and half a kilo of the Oaxaca. All right, I told them to grind it nice and rough for me, extra, rough, because I like to make an espresso out of it. All right, and then kind of like make an Americano or watered down coffee. So that way I can drink it without having to put sugar in it. Again, as a Cuban, normally we just drink it straight, but we have to put sugar in it. But anywho's, so yeah, everything came out to 370 pesos, which is actually about the same price, as what I would pay at the supermarket for obviously much better product. Again, these are beans that they're literally grinding right now in the back. That's why I'm waiting. I already paid, so 370 pesos for a whole kilo. So a whole kilo is like 2.5 pounds, okay? So 2.5 pounds of ground up coffee, which, should go for a while. So look, there's a guy grinding it for me. Awesome. All right, looking forward to trying that coffee. And all right, so I'm gonna wait for that. And then once we're done with that, we'll be on our way and heading to the other place to get our bread. Wow, look at that. Look at that, that's a lot of coffee. Here, look how much coffee it is. Put it next to my head. It's a lot of coffee. Maybe I ordered too much coffee, but man, oh, it smells so good. All right, anyways, all right, let's get out of here. All right, just wanted to show you how much coffee I bought. An excessive amount of coffee. Bruh. All right, guys, so we're here at the Pan y Coffee place. So let's go on ahead and get our bread real quick so we can be on our way. I know you're probably wondering, hey, how come you did not record from the coffee place to here? Because I forgot to hit the record button. Bruh. I know. Ugh. So I'm the worst. Anyways, I apologize because I wanted to show you guys, what was, it's only a few blocks. It was only like a 2-minute ride, but still, there was a few nice things, to show you, down Calle 60 and in this area here. And I apologize, I dropped the ball, my fault. Anyways, all right, so we're here and I parked the bike. I was able to just tie it here real quick. All right, so we can go on ahead and get our bread. And man, the coffee is smelling in the back of my bag and it smells so nice. So, all right, let me get the coffee and then, we'll head back home and hopefully I can take another little ride around so I can show you what I forgot, on the first go around, when I didn't push the record button like an idiot. Oh, look, man, there's only 2 left. I got here just in time. This place is actually packed. Look at this. This place is amazing. But it's like packed. There's like 1 million people in here. I don't want to be filming too much because, obviously. But yeah, anyways. All right, so let me get my bread and let me get out of here. All right, there's only 2 left. Which one will I get? Okay, muchas gracias. Gracias. All right, so we got our bread. All right, 50 bucks. 150 pesos, so basically $7. I know, pricey, but hey, where else am I gonna get this bread? So look, again, you already know which one I went with. I went with the prettier looking one, the one with the little oats on top. So, all right, guys, well, now we're heading out of here. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do you guys a solid because I feel so bad, that I didn't get to record, what I what I recorded, earlier, on the way over here. So I'm gonna make my way around and hopefully I can still capture the same footage because there was some stuff going on. So let me hurry up and, get my bread in my bag and get on my bike and, well, we gotta head back home, but we gotta head over there back to Parque Santa Ana. So see you guys in a second. All right, guys, so let's head out of here. So again, pan and coffee, okay? Pan and coffee, whatever, I don't know. It's a play on words, but it's awesome. It's amazing. And it's right off Paseo Montejo, right off the museum. You can't miss it. It's on Calle 43 and 58. Please check it out. All right, so let's head back this way and see if we can see what's going on at the church. Because yeah, that's one thing like I said, I missed it by mistake. When we were leaving the coffee shop on our way over here, it's only a few blocks away, but I was like, man, you know, when I got to the coffee shop, I realized I wasn't filming. I was like, no. All right, so it's through here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. All right. So that's the church right there. So you guys have been through here multiple times, seen this multiple times, this area, hopefully. Just trying to capture it. Oh man, it seems like everything already went inside. Oh man, I can't believe it. You see? It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy to do everything here that I do. Man, I dropped the ball. Okay, so basically out here, right out here, this was packed full of people. It was a gazillion people in here, and they were all outside, and they were doing religious stuff, and they were talking, and they were doing, you know, all kinds of things. And so now they all moved inside the church. So they're all inside the church now. All right. So they're all inside the church right now. All right. And doing church stuff. And so this guy here is asking for a change. Here you go. Aquí tienes. All right. And here, let me show you over here real quick. Buenos días. Yeah. All right. And then over here, there's like a Oaxacan festival or some sort of festival or some sort of a Passover thing. I don't know. But here in Parque Santa Ana, there's always all kinds of things that happen, all kinds of little events like this. All right. I see. And again, this place has been revitalized a lot. If you guys remember my older videos, you know how the park used to look. Again, very nice, but not as nice as it looks now. And all of Calle 60 and everything. So, all right, let's just make our way real quick around. I can't believe I dropped the balls, man. So anyway, so yeah, again, today is Good Friday. That's why everybody was out here on the street, you know, calling out to Jesus, calling out to the Easter Bunny. I don't know, all that stuff. My apologies. I don't mean to insult anybody. I don't know anything. I'm a dumb guy. All right, I'm not that religious. Going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Anyways, all right, I just want to go through here so I can show you a little bit of the Parque Santa Ana area. Going through the back streets here. But yeah, I'm going super the wrong way here. All right. But anyways, but yeah, it's Good Friday, and out here, you know, people celebrate it many different ways. Remember, a lot of people are very seriously religious, and so they take this day, they take this weekend, you know, Passover, all that stuff, very, 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 very seriously, and you know, all kinds of religious stuff and superstitions and everything you can imagine, and so. All right, let's check it out. So this is Parque Santa Ana here. Again, very empty for a Friday. Very, very, very empty. Because again, most people, the whole city, everyone's like, hey, where is everybody? Where are all the tourists? Where is everybody? Now, hold on, let me show you this real quick. It's like, where is everybody? This is, by the way, there's no traffic. Normally this would be so much cars here, I wouldn't be able to do this. But anyway, see, look, right there, that's the first place I ever came to eat. So if you ever come out here to visit, come eat here, Parque Santa Ana, and you're gonna have very local fare, very local food, okay? Super local. But anyways, my first meal ever was here, all right? And but yeah, a lot of memories through all this. But all this area has changed a lot, and it's gotten so much nicer and better. And again, some people might be for it, some people not so much. And I think at the end of the day, I think by this point, it's already kind of like a moot point. I think most people are happy, you know, of the beautification of everything around here. And all that stuff. All right, sorry, just trying to, you know, get my, you know, my package in check there. You know, I'm on a bike after all. All right, so we're gonna head back home now. We're gonna be heading in the direction of home. Let's see, what path can we take? I know we've. All right, oh, it's a red light. Oh, red light. We've taken this path many times before, which is Restaurant Row. We've gone through Restaurant Row many times. Here, let's just. All right, so we could do that. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this a little bit. We'll go through Restaurant Row real quick since there's not that much traffic per se. So I have Paseo Montejo to my left. And Yeah. So yeah, this restaurant row. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the coffee. You know, I realized when I got the coffee that the coffee. Yeah, I think I'm going to take another row because I think we've been here many times. All right, we're on, what street is this again? Well, you know what? We'll go through here until we get to the park, and then when we get to the park, we'll reassess. But anyways, yeah. So the coffee, as I was drinking, as I was handling the coffee, I quickly realized, oh man, I'm actually getting more bang for my buck. I think I misspoke when I, actually had the coffee in hand at first, because, all right, I'm just gonna go since I got the bicycle. Why not? Advantages of having the bicycle. Oh, look, they're giving tickets to these guys. Look at that, infractions for something. Anyways, but yeah, no, look how empty this is right now. I mean, it is early in the morning. It's still like 11 in the morning, I would say. But anyways, so yeah, the coffee. So normally at the grocery store, I'm paying around the same amount, and I'm actually getting a lot less. I'm getting like 420 grams, 450 grams, something like that. And right now I got 500 grams, of coffee, and freshly ground for me. Normally, by the way, I have a coffee grinding machine. I've done that too before. I'll get the whole beans and I'll grind them myself, whatever. But anyways, long story short, I don't know, from what I got from the coffee that I got, I feel like I got more coffee. I feel like I got way more coffee than normal because either the grocery store is lying to me, or these people gave me more coffee than I paid for. Either way, because the bags were heavier, a lot heavier, a lot bigger than what I normally get. So anyways, whatever, so far so good on the coffee. The bread, I can't wait for the bread. Again, breaking my diet. I'm mostly on a carnivore diet these days, but still, look at this car. Look at this one. Look at that thing. Look at this. Oh, wow. Cool. That's awesome. All right. So, yeah, so far so good. And so like that bread is not for today. That bread is for the week and for tomorrow. I'm making hummus, so we can dip the bread in there. We're making some crudité. We're doing it all nice and fancy and all that stuff. Okay, so I think what we'll do here, we've already been through the park, so we'll take the street. Okay, look at that. Look at the flag. How nice. All right, we'll take the street. We'll go around the park through the street. How's that? All right, give you a different perspective here. Okay, so that's one of the new trams. Okay, it's like a bus. Wow, I'm going faster than the tram. This is crazy. All right. Look at that. So nice. Wow, this bike goes really fast, huh? All right. I'm going to turn over here. We're going to go around the park on the other side and show you. I hate these things. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, cool. All right. I don't like those things on a bike. Okay, and the park is on both sides. Okay, so we got park where we're going right through the middle of the Central Park at Parque La Plancha, the brand new park. We've been here multiple times. Very nice addition. So happy, so glad they built this here and they keep maintaining it. Very, very nice. So we're gonna go around this way here. And so we're going to pop up at the other end, and at the other end is the art school. In fact, the art school that Christian graduated from. That Christian is my wife. She is an artist, and she graduated from that school many moons ago. Okay, so but let's get over there so I can show you. But yeah, so right now everyone is at the beach. So all the locals are at the beach. All the tourists are at the beach. Jose is going to be at the beach. We're all at the beach. Life's a beach, right? Okay, so anyways, that's going to be happening this weekend. So like I said, as soon as I get home, I'm going to start working on the hummus and the sandwiches and all the fun stuff, so that we can just, pick up and go and get to the beach as early as possible, to the campsite, and enjoy. The weather has been amazing The weather has been like next level amazing, gorgeous. And so that's going to be nice because it's going to be nice and hot during the day, hot enough for us to, enjoy the beach, enjoy the water, everything, and then it'll be cool enough at night. It'll cool down enough at night for us to be able to enjoy the festive. Okay, so I'm going to go through here very wrong way, but look, this is Christian's art school. Again, I'm going the wrong way here, but again, there's no traffic today. There's nobody out here today, so I can show you a little bit of what it looks like out here. So, I want to show you real quick. So, all right. Hola. So I think you guys have seen the school before. But again, yeah, so look, there's the street we just came from. You know, that street, traffic behind me, if people don't know how to drive. But anyways, you take that street, that's the street we were just on, that's the park. So again, this area here, all right, let me turn around real quick. So yeah, there's still a little traffic here, even though there shouldn't be any traffic. You know, it's just people sometimes don't know how to drive. They create traffic when there isn't any. So anyways, but yeah, there's the art school. So this is the beginning of where the park starts in a sense. All right, so basically, from that point all the way back, all the way for a long, long time is the Parque La Plancha. So this is the beginning of it there. So just so you guys can get an idea. And again, a beautiful building, beautiful area. They renovated the building, renovated the school, a lot of nice things. So, yeah, man. All right, so now we're heading back home in the direction of home. You guys can see how close I got everything to the house. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, very nice, sleepy Friday, very nice day. I'm feeling much better already after my tumultuous night last night, with the alcoholic beverages and all the other libations. So we made it, we survived. Look at this lady, not paying attention. Again, always defensive driving, no matter what you're doing, especially if you're on a bike. So, anywho, so, all right. Let's see. So we got the bread, we got the coffee, we got an episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this on a Tuesday. So again, it's a continuation in a sense of last bike ride where we went to Walmart, and now this time we went to the nice places. And so in total we spent $7 for bread, and we spent almost $20. 18, I would say 18, 19, so 25, 26 bucks all total. See, do you see? Like I'm telling you, that's when people are like, oh, things are expensive out here. Yeah, if I'm buying this all the time, yes. Now, granted, I bought coffee for a month and a half there, and that bread is, like a specialty item that I'm only buying once in a blue moon. But, some people want to buy that bread all the time or buy things like that all the time, and that's where things start getting expensive. But see, today, I can easily, no problem, I can go and purchase these things because it's part of our little mini vacation, the which we call the Easter weekend that we're having, and so on and so forth. By the way, very windy. By the way, we're going very fast, and hopefully it's picking up the sound. Let's see. It seems like the microphones are working great so far. Same as the GoPro, same as the bike. Same as everything. So again, this bike, much more hardy, much more sturdy, much better, so much happier. That scooter that Christian had, it was nice. It's nice for her, but for me, I need something like this. Now I'm really feeling like I'm on the road. I'm able to take on anything. And yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So, all right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up since, we're almost home in a sense. And I got nothing else to say, and I don't want to waste your time. So you already know what to do, guys. I really, really love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I want to give a big shout out to all my patrons. I want to give a big shout out to all my members. I want to give a shout out to everyone out there that contributes to the show. Even if you're just leaving a comment, even if you're leaving a thumbs up, even if you're just sharing with your friend, an enemy, frenemy, whatever, it don't matter. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I really hope that you guys had an amazing weekend. I hope that you guys had an amazing Easter, and an amazing 420, and amazing everything, no matter what religion, no matter what you celebrate, no matter what you're doing out there. All right. So just wanted to give a shout out to everyone out there, and you already know the deal. All right. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.